Alrighty, so welcome back to a new video. In this one we are obviously looking at Hcmc and their share price over both today and the past few weeks, because we've seen a bit of positivity now with Hcmc's share price. On top of that, we do have a little bit of news to look at. We have this, which is coming from their website, which basically states that the right offering ended yesterday, which was the 10th of June. So we're looking at what this means for the company. We have some Reddit DD to look at as well and all that kind of stuff. So it is going to be a pretty packed video. I'm going to try and keep it short for you guys because we don't have too much to cover and I don't want to rant for too long, so you'll be able to find all of the sources of information as I will show them and outline them clearly going forwards. So again, this is not financial advice. You guys will know that if you have been here for a while. I need to disclose that I am not a financial advisor, but do subscribe if you want to hear some of my opinions, because we talk about Hcmc not every day anymore because that would be boring, but whenever there is some news to talk about. And one thing which I'm also going to add in before we do jump into the video, if you are in Hcmc or if you just like Hcmc, please do join us on Discord. We have a Discord community of about 800 members and there are some people in there which really do know a lot about Hcmc, and no matter which country you are in, they will be up at some point and able to speak to you on our Discord. So basically click on the link below and you can join up for completely free. But yeah, now we're going to jump in and look at the price of Hcmc today. So we're going to start this one off on the one-day chart, and I'm going to go over to the more simple charts of Yahoo Finance for this. So clearly we are seeing this pattern that we have seen now for some time. Barcoding, and again the share price is still down by about 4.3%, but it is still flickering between the 1.4 and 1.5 range that you can see, which would basically leave us neutral if we were able to finish there, if not potentially even bounce up to the 1.6 range. Now I don't think it is likely that we are going to bounce to 1.6, but 1.5 would be a decent holding point if we can remain there towards the end of day. Either way, 1.4 it wouldn't be too bad, but if we can continue to barcode between 1.4 and 1.5 on Monday, and hopefully best case scenario 1.5 to 1.6, that would be good. So we are seeing some positive action. Like I mentioned, we hit lows down here which were back on about the 2nd of June. These took us down to about 0.0012, which is pretty good to be honest, because yes, we did drop by a lot from where we were, but let's face the facts guys, we did not touch the previous levels which were at 0.01110, so we are still higher than where we were back then. So that does appear to be the next level of support that we are seeing now at 1.2. So we had a previous level which was at 1.0, and now we're building it up a bit and staying at 1.2. And again, the share price now building itself up between the 1.4 and 1.5 for the day, which is good. Now we're going to go over and have a little look at the volume that we are seeing for the stock. Now you can see on my screen information is coming from Yahoo Finance, who reports that there is 1 billion shares of Hcmc traded today. So not too bad actually, that is a decent number, and it shows to me at least that Hcmc is still a very relevant stock and people do still have their eyes on it, which is a big deal because Hcmc, and when it comes to these penny stocks, I personally do not believe it sometimes, but I think sometimes other people who may not know the situation behind the company, they see a stock that's valued at, like a quarter of a penny, and they think this is a pump and dump penny stock. Well, sometimes that can be the case, but I think Hcmc absolutely not. I think this one does still have its main things going for it, its main catalyst coming up, and that is a big deal. So when people say things like that, I don't think that's true. We haven't seen the catalyst play out yet, and it could still be some time until we do see that, but it doesn't matter. The main factors that we are looking for haven't gone away, and neither has the relevance of Hcmc stock, as there was 1 billion shares traded today, according to Yahoo Finance. But yes, now we're going to jump in and have a look at this information regarding the rights offering. So the title of this reads, Healthier Choices Management Corp, a reminder that the offering expires on the 10th of June. So bear in mind this was written back on the 4th of June. So that is what we are seeing so far. And again, there's a little notification down here. We can see just reading across this that some platforms actually have set earlier cutoff dates, but because different platforms have them at different times, but there we go. So to find a little bit about this whole situation, you can have a read on their website. It's clearly listed on there. You can just click on the notification which I highlighted, which was on the dark green at the top, but it gives a few different brokers down here and the dates of expiration for this whole offering. But generally speaking, the whole thing has ended as of the 10th of June. So that is, the conclusion of this rights offering. Is this going to move the share price? I do not think so at all. If anything, it potentially could have a negative impact on the share price. I don't think it is a big deal. It's clearly not affected it in a bad way so far, so I thought it could have a small negative impact, but the fact that it hasn't is good. If anything, it has had a little bit of a positive impact. So why do I think it could have had a negative impact? The simple reason is going to this piece of Reddit DD, and this is what I am wondering about the whole situation. I do believe this is the case. Again, if I am incorrect, please do correct me. I am not a professional, obviously. This is just my interpretation from what I can tell. This basically states that 3 days ago, regarding this offering, are the outstanding shares numbers about to increase? And I do believe that is the case from what we can tell. So basically, the OS could be raised by another 75 billion potentially, depending on how many people do actually buy up the offering. Now guys, from the Discord, I can tell not too many people from our community at least have bought up the offering. I found it a little bit funny, but obviously using this volume weighted price index, some people in the Discord were telling me it's cheaper for them to buy Hcmc directly than for them to buy the offering. Now again, this is not necessarily the best, as not utilising the offering could be detrimental to the company, as the company is using the offering to build funds for their quote-unquote war chest, but I do understand it. Why would you pay more for something which is supposed to be on a discount? It just doesn't make sense. But getting back to the point, I do not believe that they're definitely going to sell 75 billion shares. We may see half of that being sold, or maybe even more than that, but I do not believe that the full number is going to be sold. So we do have a potential max number of 375 billion outstanding shares. Again, I do think it will be lower because I don't think they will sell all of them. And the whole thing which we were saying from months ago is that, if you are adding, using the direct offering, you are not going to be diluted. But if you are not, you do have the potential to be diluted. So this is not really news to anybody, but it is what we are seeing so far. And again, this could have been seen as negative PR to investors. Again, a lot of people who have invested in the company right now, if you're here at this stage, you should already know the score. We are waiting on something which is going to be big for the company, and even then, we're going to have potentially a lawsuit that's going to work in Hcmc's favour, which would be good. But even if we do get a positive ruling from the judge, that is only the first step in a long journey. This company needs to be turned around, and I know people are going to say that I'm saying that the company's in a negative state. I am not saying that at all. I think this company has a lot of potential. For a stock this cheap, for a company this, under the radar, if you will, I think this has a lot of potential. So Hcmc, as I have said in many of my other videos, I'm not going to make videos on this one every day anymore, simply due to the fact that there is not too much to report on. However, I don't think it's a bad play. I think that the fundamentals are still decent as always. Yes, the outstanding shares being larger could be a slightly negative thing, but obviously investors haven't been hurt by it too much, as they are still, continuing to buy, and the share price is continuing to sit steady and actually climb a little bit. So good stuff that we are seeing today with Hcmc. I don't think what we are seeing matters. I think overall what we need to remember is that Hcmc is a long-term buy and hold. I think if you're looking to buy Hcmc, you should be looking to hold this one for the next 12 months, if not the next few years. I think if you are looking to hold this one for the next few years, it absolutely could pay off for you. Tell me your thoughts down below. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.